Kickstart by Nicky Romero is one of the most widely recognized plugins of all time, and it's just gotten a major upgrade. The original version came out 9 years ago in 2013. I can't believe it's been that long. But every producer I know has used Kickstart at some point or still uses it today. But now 9 years later, they've dropped Kickstart 2. And it has a lot of new features, some of which I've never seen in any sidechain or volume shaping plugin before. So as you can see, it's kept its simple design. It even has the same shapes as before, but now you can fine-tune them to fit your track a little bit better. But it's still really easy to use. But let's jump into one of my favorite features that none of my other volume shaper plugins have. If you just go to the sidechain section, and I'll just select my kick down here, now you'll actually see the waveform of the kick show up in this window. Usually when I'm mixing kick and bass, I have to put an extra plugin on the kick track just to see the length of the kick. And then on my bass track, I try to adjust the sidechain just to get out of the way of the kick in the right place. But that's never been an exact science. Now I can just see the kick in the window and adjust it to exactly where I want the sidechain to be. Let's say your track doesn't have a kick every quarter note like a house beat does, something more like this. So you actually have a couple options here. The first and easiest one by far is to sidechain the plugin to your kick. So in this case, it's this trap kick. And then all I have to do is hit audio, and it automatically sidechains to the audio coming from the kick track. And like I said, you can see the length of the kick there, so I'll just adjust it to be a little bit shorter. But then you also have the MIDI trigger option, which is what you have to do with other volume shaping plugins. So in this case, I would have to go to my synth bus, change it to no output, start a new instrument track, change that to an AU MIDI control effect, and we'll find Kickstart 2 right there. Then I'll have to go to MIDI mode and sidechain it to my synth bus, and I'll change the shape here again. And then I actually have to go in and draw out the rhythm of my kick with the MIDI. And now it's finally set up. But honestly, now that you have the audio trigger option, I don't know why you would ever use that, because it's so much easier just to go in, hit audio, select your kick, and you're good to go. Also, here's another little hidden feature. A lot of other volume shaping plugins have trouble sustaining the volume after the sidechain is triggered, kind of like this. That's why they've included this little point right here that signals where you want the sidechain to start sustaining at the end of this little loop here. So just make sure that you never have that issue again. Now another thing I can do is copy this same Kickstart plugin right below it on my synth bus, but this time I'll click this band button and move it down to like 150 hertz. So only my sub bass is really going through, and I'll just crank that up to 100%. So now my sub bass is being sidechained at 100%, and the rest of my synths are being sidechained at like 75%. So that just makes for a lot cleaner of a mix. We can even get a little more creative. I'll add another instance of Kickstart, but this time I'm gonna sidechain it to the snare. So I'll put that in audio mode, and let's move the mix down to like 45%. So every time the snare hits, the synths are being sidechained a little bit, but not that much. For a beat like this, that just makes the mix even cleaner than it already was. Anyway, this is a sponsored video, but all my thoughts here are completely honest. The new features this plugin brings to the table are things I've actually been waiting for a long time, so it's awesome to finally have those in a volume shaper plugin. So you can grab Kickstart 2 down below if you want it. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.